Part 25. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 273. At this moment, many viewers laughed out loud, feeling very funny about Gajata's behavior. This guy. It would be too bad to tease a one-star dragon like this. But, although it's bad, they like it very much. Ha ha ha, come on Gajata, kill this evil one-star dragon. In the Dragon Ball world, Krillin and others couldn't help shouting, expecting Gajata to kill the one-star dragon. At this moment, Gajata is invincible in their hearts. What Frieza and Cell, Majin Buu, God of Destruction, Jiren, Broly, and Super One-Star Dragon. They are all little brothers. We, Super 4 Gajata, will challenge everyone. If you don't accept it, we will do it. Broly couldn't help but recall his fear of being dominated by Gajata in the previous future scene. This powerful force is even more powerful than Gajata's before, even more powerful. What a joke. In the picture, the Super One-Star Dragon raised his eyebrows, veins kept popping up on his forehead, and his whole body was shaking with anger at this moment. In an instant, the One-Star Dragon rushed towards Gajata's direction again. The terrifying speed continued to break through the layers of the atmosphere, and attacked quickly with an extremely fierce attitude. However, 847 faced with the furious impact of One-Star Dragon, Gajata just raised his elbow and let One-Star Dragon take the initiative to hit him, then Gajata suddenly kicked out, and the terrifying power instantly caused the One-Star Dragon to fly backwards tens of thousands of meters. Alright, it's time for me to show you my killer move. As the voice fell, Gajata's figure suddenly disappeared from the place. After spending less than 0.00001 seconds, appeared in front of One-Star Dragon. Subsequently, in the horrified gaze of One-Star Dragon, a golden light suddenly appeared around Super 4 Gajata, then, Gajata's body actually began to split, 1, 2, 3, like a clone technique. 5 Gajata soon surrounded the One-Star Dragon in the corner. At this moment, the Super One-Star Dragon, in the eyes of everyone, is like a little girl surrounded by 5 big men, and her situation is extremely desperate. No matter how powerful you are, if I fire 5 Turtle Kigong waves at the same time, you won't have a single cell left. In mid-air, the 5 Super 4 Gajatas laughed wantonly, and at the same time, they also made postures to use the turtle-style Kigong waves. Ha! As they fell with a sound, their palms were here suddenly, it blasted towards the One-Star Dragon. In an instant, 5 energy rays filled with terrifying power condensed at this moment, as if they were going to destroy the entire world. The next second, 5 energy rays filled with terrifying power were condensed at this moment. The world-destroying red light burst out at the same time. Ah! In the almost desperate roar of the Super One-Star Dragon, boom! In an instant, the red light of martial arts turned into a salute, and colorful ribbons continued to spray out at this moment, landing on the body of Yi Xinglong. This moment. Not only was the One-Star Dragon stupid, but the entire audience was also stupid. What the hell, what's happening here? At this moment, everyone was dumbfounded, even Goku and Vegeta in the Dragon Ball world were stunned. As the supreme god of the universe and the most powerful priest in the universe, he was shocked at this moment, and then he couldn't help but smile. And Quan Wang even said softly and cutely that it was fun, it was so fun. Unexpectedly, this guy Gajata. He actually played tricks on the opponent in front of a Super One-Star Dragon that was so powerful that it made countless strong people despair. This is too wasteful. Ha 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 ha. In an instant, the stunned audience burst into laughter. At this moment, the whole world kept hearing laughter like pigs. Among them, it should be Luffy, Naruto, Natsu, Gintama, Bear Big Bear ER, Pleasant Goat, Jerry Tom, Zhou Xing Xing, Zheng Xiaoxian, By Xiao-chun, wait until the character laughs the happiest. I really didn't expect that I could see such a funny scene under such circumstances. Gogeta is so weird. This can already join Vegeto as the strongest Ronin king in history. In this regard, the group of women who admired Gogeta so much were helpless and blushing at this moment. Gogeta's tall image collapsed at this moment. A little bit. In the picture, looking at the frightened one-star dragon, the 5 Gogetas stuck out their tongues at the same time, and made faces at the same time. Ha 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 ha. When the clones disappeared, the real Gogeta was holding his stomach in mid-air, laughing so hard that he was almost out of breath. Hateful, you bastard, moment, the super one-star dragon's heart was filled with anger to the extreme. The shame of being played and the uncontrollable anger in his heart made him rush towards Gogeta again. But, facing Gogeta whose strength far surpassed his own, one-star dragon could only do nothing but rage. To be honest, I'm really disappointed in you. I thought you could do better. Su sat in mid-air. Gogeta looked at the angry one-star dragon, and couldn't help but taunted him. What? To read exciting novels, go to Feel a Novel Network. I only need one finger to deal with you. I will never lose. All evil dragons, hurry up and give me power. As Yuxing Long's voice fell, the 6 blue dragon balls full of evil aura in his chest burst out with a penetrating red light at this moment. The 6 rays of light continued to converge together and became a huge red dragon ball. Energy bomb. Moreover, as time passed by, the red energy bombs became extremely huge, then it was continuously compressed by the one-star dragon again, and the destructive energy continued to spread out at this moment, sweeping out with a power that was enough to make the entire universe tremble. This is an energy ball condensed from the past hatred of all evil dragons and the negative energy in the dragon balls. Go to hell. As the words fell, the crimson energy ball that continuously released red thunder penetrated the entire void at this moment, falling towards Gogeta with unparalleled power. In this ball filled with endless energy in front of the energy ball, everything on the earth is constantly being crushed by the terrifying pressure at this moment. Whether it is buildings, sand, soil, atmosphere, or even microorganisms, they all disappear in an instant. No, everyone, run away. In this regard, Gohan couldn't help shouting. However, Yub, who was the strongest among the lunch group, did not run away at this moment. Because he understood. No matter where you escape, as long as the earth is hit by such a powerful energy ball, the earth will definitely be destroyed, and even the entire universe will be destroyed because of it. In response, Gogeta slowly stood up, and golden flames suddenly burst out all over his body. The powerful aura poured out without reservation at this moment, and the terrifying power swept through the heavens and the world in an instant, causing countless strong people to be stunned. The people were horrified. Moment. Gogeta's figure appeared in front of the energy bomb, and then his right foot suddenly shot out. The two terrifying forces collided together at this moment. However, in front of Gogeta, who was so powerful that it was beyond words, the red energy bomb was easily blasted into the universe like a ball. Moreover, under the influence of Gogeta's energy, the entire light ball exuding red destructive energy turned into pure sky blue. Then he continued to fly out of the atmosphere, heading straight into the vast and boundless universe. Boom! After flying for who knows how many billions of light years, the sky blue energy bomb exploded at this moment, and the blue light instantly illuminated the entire universe and even all the worlds. Even the evil shadow that shrouded the earth was instantly erased by the sky blue energy bomb at this moment. It seems that even the sky is not willing to help you. Looking at the sky that turned blue again, Gogeta couldn't help but fold his arms and sneered at the one-star dragon. It's all over, one-star dragon. I will send you to hell now. As Super 4 Gogeta's voice fell, his palms moved forward deeply, and sky blue energy light waves reflected in the void. Waves of invisible waves continued to spread, and the entire space was constantly changing at this moment. It's twisted. Super large turtle-style Qigong wave. Boom. In an instant, sky blue light burst out at this moment, and an extremely terrifying aura enveloped the whole body of Yuxing Dragon. Amidst its screams of incomparable terror, his figure was instantly swallowed up by the sky blue light. At this moment, terrifying energy exploded instantly. The super-large turtle Qigong wave that was countless times higher than the 10 times the turtle Qigong wave made the long-famous strong men in the entire world feel unprecedented shock. Countless viewers have refreshed their knowledge again. As the light gradually dissipated, under everyone's gaze, a 5.8 dragon ball fell from the sky. All that was left was the one-star dragon, which was extremely miserable from top to bottom. At this moment, the powerful aura exuding from the one-star dragon is also constantly weakening, reaching the level when it first appeared. I'm not dead yet, don't be proud. Looking at Gajata in front of him, one-star dragon couldn't help but smile excitedly. You are really difficult to deal with, but no matter how hard you struggle, it's useless. I will definitely make you disappear completely with this next blow. In response, Gajata raised his eyebrows, and then raised his hands again. Extra large, turtle-style Qigong. However, just as the blue Qigong waves condensed again, Gajata's body suddenly shone with golden light at this moment. The next moment, Gajata's figure split again into Super 4 Gaku and Super 4 Vegeta. Oh no! At this moment, the faces of the audience who looked at the scene in front of them could not help but change drastically. The excitement that was about to destroy the one-star dragon suddenly fell to the bottom at this moment. Ruined. The fusion of Super 4 Gajata is released. Now, these two boys, Kakarot and Vegeta, are really going to kill themselves. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 274. At this moment, countless viewers across the world were stunned, looking at the Super 4 Gaku and Super 4 Vegeta in the picture and were speechless. Good guy. Can't you just kill the one-star dragon honestly and set off fireworks for fun? You will soon know why the flowers are so bright. Oh no. The fusion between Kakarot and the two has been released. In the world of pirates, Luffy couldn't help but widen his eyes and said with trembling in his voice. This time, it seems like it's really going to end. In the world of Naruto, Naruto couldn't help but swallowed, and the ecstasy in his heart turned into despair at this moment. The Super 4 Gajata, which carries the hopes of countless viewers from all over the world, actually disappeared at this moment. This also means that their hopes are shattered. No. Impossible, the fusion time should be 30 minutes, how could it be lifted so quickly? In the world of Dragon Ball, Piccolo couldn't help but yelled. Some people were a little confused about this. Logically speaking, the fusion time should be 30 minutes. But from the time Gajata appears on the screen to the time the fusion is cancelled, about 10 minutes have passed. Why did this fusion only last for such a short time? What's going on? What's going on? It seemed like only 10 minutes had passed just now. In the picture, Super 4 Gaku looked at his palm, his eyes widened, and the expression on his face was full of incredible. What happened? Shouldn't our fusion time be 30 minutes? Besides, Super 4 Vegeta couldn't help but ask loudly. In this regard, Wukong could only touch his head and smile bitterly. After thinking for a moment, Wukong also concluded. Probably. It's because Super Saiyan 4 consumes too much energy after fusion, so the time is also shortened. If I had known earlier, I would not have played. I should have dealt with the one-star dragon earlier. In response, Vegeta started to angrily yell at Gaku. However, since Gajata was controlled by both of them when he fused, Vegeta also has general responsibilities. Now there is no other way. Ha ha ha, I really sympathize with you. You were going to win right away, but your luck is really bad." Seeing this, Yi Xinglong couldn't help but taunted Wukong and others. "Do you sympathize with me? That's really nice to say. You should be the one who can't hold it anymore now, right?" Vegeta asked rhetorically. "Even if I deal with you alone, I can still beat you." Besides, Wukong also raised his fist and said. After all, after withstanding the Super 4 Gogeta and the Super Large Turtle Kigong Wave, not only the 6 Dragon Balls on the 1-star dragon were blown off, but even he has been seriously injured. Now even Goku with Super 4 and full power can easily defeat 1-star dragon. That's not necessarily the case, Dragon Ball Collection. With a sneer, Yu Xinglong's eyes suddenly turned blood red. In an instant, all the Dragon Balls began to fly to his mouth at an alarming speed and reappeared on his chest. At the same time, the 4 stars that were originally picked up by Xiaofang also began to receive a strong pulling force and involuntarily left his hand. However, just when the 4 stars were about to fly towards the 1-star dragon, they were caught by Wukong. "This 4-star is a relic left to me by my grandfather, and I will never give it to you." Under the surprised gaze of Yu Xinglong, Super 4 Goku sneered. "You two are simply extremely stupid, doing this because you are complacent about your own strength and come up with some ridiculous tricks." 1-star dragon didn't pay much attention to Wukong's words. Instead, he taunted. Now that he has absorbed 5 Dragon Balls, although his strength is far less powerful than before, it is still more powerful than Super 4 full power Wukong. It's also a lot stronger. It doesn't matter if you can't get this 4-star in a short time. Anyway, you can get it back by killing them. As the screen continues to change, Goku and Vegeta, the two, couldn't help but argue about Gogeta's previous behavior, and in the end they had no choice but to make up their minds to fuse again. "Ha ha ha, have you forgotten my existence? I will never let you two merge again." Regarding the clown-like behavior of the two people, Yi Xinglong couldn't help but sneered, and then continued, "You have missed the only opportunity to knock me down just now." As the sound fell, a red light appeared around the 1-star dragon, and the gravel scattered around it was also affected by the powerful force and continued to fly into the air. "Vegeta, fuse quickly." However, facing the thoughts of Wukong and the 1-star dragon will not give them a chance. A teleportation will give them each a punch. The terrifying power makes Vegeta's abdomen suddenly dent, and the 4 stars in Wukong's hand are even more, "Fly out. Return the 4 planets to me. As long as I collect all the Dragon Balls, I can use the energy balls to give you a fatal blow." However, just when the 1-star dragon was about to swallow the Dragon Ball, Wukong stepped forward again and knocked the 4 stars away, and then took it back again. "It's so dangerous. I said I would never give the 4 stars to you." Immediately afterwards, under the somewhat annoyed gaze of Yu Xinglong, Super 4 Goku couldn't help but raise the corners of his mouth slightly, and thought of a good idea in his mind: "Swallow all those 5 balls, and I will too." After the words fell, Wukong opened his mouth wide in the incredible eyes of everyone and countless spectators in the world, and threw the 4 stars into his mouth. "That idiot!" In response to this, Vegeta and many other viewers widened their eyes and felt extremely speechless. This cockroach. The brain circuit is really novel. Aren't you afraid of being choked to death by the 4 stars? Soon, to everyone's surprise, Wukong's body suddenly behaved strangely, and his body fell directly from mid-air. "Cockroach, spit it out quickly." In this regard, although Vegeta felt extremely speechless, he still rushed forward anxiously, constantly afraid of hitting Goku on the back, trying to make him spit out the Dragon Ball. However, Wukong didn't spit out the Dragon Ball. Instead, he swallowed the 4 balls that were stuck in his throat. Eat it. To read exciting novels, go to Fila Novel Network. Looking at Vegeta on the side, Super 4 Goku couldn't help but smile with joy. However, 1-star dragon was not angry at Wukong's actions. After all, as long as the two of them fit together, there's nothing to fear. As long as Wukong is killed, the 4 stars in his stomach can still be taken out. Subsequently, under the fierce attack of 1-star dragon, Super 4 Vegeta and Super 4 Goku had no power to fight back and were instantly blasted away. In order to prevent the two of them from merging, Yi Xinglong continuously blasted green energy light waves from his hands towards the direction of the two of them, making it impossible for them to fuse. Next, facing the combination of Super 4 Goku and Super 4 Vegeta, 1-star dragon had the absolute upper hand, beating the two of them with ease. In response to this, the audience from all major dimensions showed expressions of despair at this moment, and some idiots also felt extremely resentful. That man, the strongest warrior in that dimension, Gogeta, I'm afraid they will never be able to see each other again. And now, no one can defeat the 1-star dragon. In the world of Dragon Ball, at this moment, Krillin, Chi-Chi, Bulma, Piccolo, Yamcha, Tianjin Rice, Dumplings, Gohan, Kame Sennin, and even Goku and Vegeta all looked extremely heavy. Their future, after experiencing Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu, and even the god of destruction Beerus, Dark Zamat, and the Tournament of Power. They all held on extremely strongly. And now Goku and the others have once again broken through the boundaries of Saiyans and reached the 4th level of Super Saiyan. Even so, can't they defeat the 1-star dragon? At the same time, the villains in many worlds laughed unscrupulously, feeling extremely happy in their hearts. Finally someone can punish these wall-hanging Saiyans. What is 017 Go BA? He keeps getting stronger again and again, and he is simply an unbeatable little strongman. This time I will see how you are going to win. Under the gaze of all the audience, the picture is constantly changing. Although Goku and Vegeta want to fuse, however, they were stopped by the 1-star dragon, and under its constant attacks, their bodies became covered in bruises. So, Wukong and the two decided to use Afterimage Fist to fuse. After Yu Xinglong's constant obstruction, the two finally found a gap in their Afterimage punches. However, when two people's fingers after aligning, there was a flash of dazzling golden light. Nothing happened. Not only that, when the two tried to merge again, Super 4 Goku suddenly changed back to his normal little Goku. And the reason? It's because Wukong doesn't have much energy left in his body. After constant consumption and the pursuit of 1-star dragon, they are exhausted. Therefore, this also results in them being unable to fuse. However, just when 1-star dragon was about to kill Goku and Vegeta, a 4-star star slowly appeared above Goku's head. This scene, not only did Yi Xinglong and everyone present be fooled, but also countless spectators in the world and the strong men at the top of the world were very surprised. This guy Kakarot. Why did a 4-star star appear above my head? Could it be that Kakarot turned into an evil dragon? As the scene continued to play, the 4-star dragon on Wukong's forehead actually turned into the 4-star dragon that was supposed to be killed by the 1-star dragon. Due to the previous integration of the 4 stars into Wukong's body, the 4-star dragon has been infected by Wukong's positive energy and has become a good person. No, it's a dragon. Afterwards, taking advantage of the 1-star dragon being unprepared, the 4-star dragon suddenly hugged the 1-star dragon, and then used his strongest special move, Panic Fire Needle. However, in the face of the 4-star dragon's life-threatening blow, the 1-star dragon successfully escaped by possessing the 4-star dragon's body. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 275. Finished, it's really over. At this moment, looking at the scene on the screen, countless supporters of the Saiyans and Kakarot fans in the world could not help but look desperate. Even with the 4-star dragon's life-threatening blow, the 1-star dragon didn't die. Even, by killing the 4-star dragon, he collected 7 dragon balls again. Boom! In the picture, as the 7 dragon balls once again reflected on the belly of 1-star dragon, the powerful aura from his body swept out again, causing the entire world to tremble. Great, this time I regained 4 stars and made me invulnerable again. Clenching his fists, Yuxing felt the endless energy in his body, and felt extremely confident in his heart. From now on, I am a god, the god of destruction who will destroy everything. This time I will use my negative energy to destroy the entire universe. Hearing this, Wukong and others couldn't help but look solemn, feeling extremely desperate in their hearts. However, at this moment, the audience in Wanja couldn't help but look a little weird, and then they couldn't help but shook their heads with a wry smile. If the god of destruction Beerus and the angel Whis were here, how could you allow evil dragons like you to do whatever you want? And even if the god of destruction and Whis don't take action, there is still the supreme god, Lord Quan Wang. In the Dragon Ball world, Beerus, the god of destruction, looked at the super 1-star dragon in the picture, with an unhappy expression on his face. What? Do you want to be the god of destruction? Have you asked me? Do you take me, the god of destruction, seriously? Ha ha ha, Lord Beerus, I didn't expect the super 1-star dragon to want to compete with you for the position of god of destruction. Besides, Angel Whis couldn't help but smile and said. Snort, if I weren't in that world, I would definitely destroy this arrogant guy. Beerus snorted coldly, with a look of disdain on his face. It's just a super 1-star dragon. Although the strength is quite strong. But that's it, even super 4 Gogeta can kill him easily. I, the mighty god of destruction, can destroy him easily. The scene continued to play. Under the attack of the super 1-star dragon, Goku and the two had no power to fight back. Even Vegeta changed from the super 4 form back to normal. Bang 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 bang. As Yuxing stepped forward, his figure appeared in front of Wukong and Wukong like a ghost. The fists in his hands were blasted out like a blanket, and terrifying power continued to fall on Wukong and Wukong. In an instant, the two of them will be seriously injured in an instant. And, under normal circumstances, the two of them had no way of seeing the 1-star dragon's movements clearly, and they couldn't even fight back. Buzz. In mid-air, under Vegeta's incredible gaze, 1-star dragon slowly raised his left hand. A red energy ball filled with the aura of destruction was wrapped in thunder, exuding unparalleled power, and followed by 1-star dragon. The energy continues to flow in, and the energy ball continues to expand. Oh no! This guy is really going to destroy the entire Earth. After getting up with difficulty, Wukong looked extremely tired and his body was covered with scars. Wukong, just disappear with the Earth. As the voice of 1-star dragon fell, the huge red energy ball, packed with unparalleled power, blasted towards Wukong's direction. Wait, Vegeta. I will protect the Earth. As the words fell, Goku blasted Vegeta's body away suddenly, and then in the eyes of everyone in disbelief, Goku's hands suddenly caught the falling energy light ball. However, as the terrifying power continued to fall, Wukong's body continued to sink into the ground. I won't let you succeed. Although we did use the Dragon Balls to resurrect the Earth several times before, we will never do this again. As Wukong's voice fell, an extremely powerful force suddenly burst out from his body. With the blessing of that force, the huge red energy bomb was actually pushed back by Wukong. So this time, I must protect the Earth. Chi-Chi, Gohan. Liushan, Xiaofang, there are memories of me and all your relatives on the Earth. I will never let you destroy the Earth. Roaring angrily, under everyone's gaze, Wukong continued to resist the red energy ball with great difficulty. However, in front of the extremely powerful 1-star dragon, Wukong still cannot resist his power. Boom! In an instant, the entire energy ball exploded, red light illuminated the entire planet instantly, and a huge abyss appeared in front of everyone's eyes. In order to stop the one-star dragon's energy ball, Wukong used his body to resist most of the energy, thus preventing the Earth from being destroyed. Buzz. Looking at the huge abyss, an evil energy from the Yuxing dragon suddenly rose into the sky and once again enveloped the entire Earth. Moment, the entire sky became dim, the Earth began to crack, volcanoes began to erupt, the sea completely boiled at this moment, and the entire planet fell into an unprecedented crisis at this moment. A scene like the end of the world appeared in front of everyone's eyes. At this time, in order to prevent the one-star dragon from destroying the Earth, and to avenge Kakarot, Vegeta rushed towards the one-star dragon again. Not only Vegeta, but also Gohan, Trunks, Goten and others started to give it a try. However, facing the Super One-Star Dragon, even if everyone joined forces, they were no match for him. They were all defeated easily. Even Vegeta was about to be killed by the One-Star Dragon. At this moment, countless viewers and fans in the world shed tears and their hearts were filled with despair. Kakarot is dead. Vegeta is also going to die. Is this world going to end like this? To read Bao's Huang novels, go to Fila Novel Network. Although the audience and Goku and others in the Dragon Ball world know that this parallel world only takes place in the future with a probability of 1 in a billion. But, people still can't accept it. The Earth they have been protecting and their families are going to perish at this moment. And just when everyone was in despair and on the verge of collapse. In the picture, Vegeta, who was bombarded to the edge of the abyss, couldn't help laughing, and an unprecedented confident smile appeared on his scarred face. You guy is going to lose. The next moment, as Vegeta fainted due to serious injuries, a vitality bomb several hundred meters long suddenly appeared in front of everyone's eyes, and kept flying into the sky. What's the situation? Isn't that a vitality bomb? At this moment, countless spectators in the world were stunned. Even some powerful people at the top of the world fixed their eyes on the screen at this moment. As they were gradually the accompaniment of your attraction sounds. In his normal state, little Wukong slowly flew out of the abyss holding a huge energy bomb in his hands. You guy is still alive. Looking at Wukong in front of him, Super One-Star Dragon's face was extremely horrified, and his eyes were filled with shock. Hee, of course I won't die that easily. I have to defeat you first. As Wukong's voice fell, the entire Earth's mountains, rivers, vegetation, countless rivers, and the endless sea, as well as all humans and creatures, radiated their vitality into the sky at this moment, converging in Wukong's direction. Passed by. Buzz. Due to Wukong's previous message, the humans on the Earth once again raised their income and divided their own vitality. As the vitality continued to flow in, the sky blue vitality bombs filled with pure energy in the sky continued to expand and became getting stronger. Even the evil energy that originally enveloped the planet was purified at this moment. This ball, it is the wish of all the people on Earth, and also the cry of the unseemly Earth that was destroyed by you. In mid-air, the ragged Wukong shouted to the One-Star Dragon below. How could such a thing happen? I have obviously killed you. Looking at the scene in front of him, Yuxinglong's face was filled with disbelief, and the golden energy bullets in his hands kept blasting towards Wukong's body. However, facing the attack of the One-Star Dragon, Wukong did not resist at all, letting his attacks continue to fall on his body. Kaiosama, can you hear me? Such a little vitality bomb is not enough, please send my voice to the universe. In Goku's voice transmission, Kaio also conveyed his voice to the universe through his own energy. Friends in the universe, please share your vitality with me, at the same time. Among the many planets that heard Wukong's request, the residents of Namek were the first to raise their hands. Even the planet where Wukong went to collect the Black Star Dragon balls before, as well as many aliens who did not want the universe to be destroyed, They all raised their hands at this moment. Okay, in an instant. At this moment, the beams of blue energy seemed to have crossed the river of time and continued to converge on the earth. Along with the beams of light streaking across the sky, they condensed towards Wukong's direction from all directions in the universe. Thank you Kaiosama, thank you friends in the universe. Looking at the vitality bullet filled with sacred aura above his head that continues to expand, Wukong sincerely thanked everyone. At this moment, even the audiences from many dimensions in the universe raised their hands and tried to give some of their own vitality to Wukong. The scene in front of me is really shocking. This is a vitality bomb formed by the vitality of countless creatures in the entire universe. If it is this move, it will definitely be able to defeat the one-star dragon. Boom. In the picture, Yu Xinglong once again fired the red energy bomb that he had released before. However, as the smoke dissipated, Wukong made no sound of pain, as if he had not been attacked by the one-star dragon. You, who are you? Looking at Wukong in the sky, Super One-Star Dragon couldn't help but asked in horror. Grandfather, you are like a god. Looking at Wukong who was constantly emitting blue light in mid-air, Xiaofang couldn't help but sigh at this moment. At this moment, in the hearts of the audience, Kakarot is God. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 276. Too strong, this guy Kakarot is simply inhuman. At this moment, looking at Kakarot in the picture who resisted the attack of the Super One-Star Dragon without letting out the slightest cry of pain, the audience from all major dimensions couldn't help but sigh. Although they don't know why. But Kakarot actually ignored the attack of the One-Star Dragon. This is so awesome. The Super One-Star Dragon that brought everyone despair before actually showed such a panicked expression. And such a miracle, only this man can do it. A man with the body of Isaiah worthy of the gods, Kakarot. However, just when most of the audience were amazed at Kakarot's power and miracles, a very small number of the audience's pupils suddenly shrank at this moment, and an unbelievable thought suddenly emerged in their hearts. Idea. Disaster, could it be that Kakarot, already dead? Or should I put it another way, is he no longer human? How is this possible? Kakarot is obviously dead, but why can he still stay on the earth? In the world of death, Aizen's pupils suddenly shrank, and his face was full of disbelief. There is no doubt that the Kakarot in front of me is already dead. Although I don't know why, Kakarot does not have the halo on his head that a dead creature has at this moment. But these incredible things in front of him are leading him to an answer. That means Kakarot is dead. Otherwise, with Kakarot's normal strength, how could he survive the full attack of the Super One-Star Dragon? After that, he withstood all 427 attacks of the One-Star Dragon without any scars on his body. All these signs have already shown the situation of Kakarot at the moment. Not only Aizen, but also beings in many worlds are aware of this, such as Zeref in Fairy Tail, I'm in One Piece, Kaguya at Satsuki in Naruto, the gods in the Saint Seiya world, the Flame Emperor who dominates the world, the Supreme Being who covers the sky with a leaf, the mortal immortals, and even the true immortals, immortal kings and immortal emperors in the perfect world all understand this situation. Although they don't know Kakarot's state at this moment, they know that Kakarot is not alive at this moment, but he is not dead either. Instead, it has entered a state of mystery and mystery. In the world of Dragon Ball, the eyes of Beerus, the god of destruction, and Whis, the angel, suddenly shrank, and huge waves arose in their hearts. Not only them, but all the gods of destruction, angels, and even the high priests in the universe felt incredible at this moment. Sun Wukong, this yin always creates things that even us can't believe. With his hands behind his back, the great priest couldn't help but smile lightly after being surprised. If he guessed correctly, Sun Wukong now. It should be regarded as a different kind of godhood. It is different from the way of stepping into the realm of God by gathering the power of the five righteous Heartsians to become Super Saiyan God, and transcending one's own limits to reach Super Saiyan 4, which is comparable to the existence of God. Rather, they are similar to gods like them who have the titles of angels, great priests, and kings. Although they may not be the same, they are essentially the same. No doubt. At this moment, Sun Wukong is a god. He is the god who has a 1 in a billion chance of being born in the future, EBJ, world and is recognized by the will of the world. The scene continued to play. Under the horrified eyes of the Super One-Star Dragon and the attention of everyone in the world, Wukong suddenly waved his hands downwards and blasted the energy bomb covering most of the sky in the direction of the One-Star Dragon. Boom! In an instant, the huge energy bomb exuded an extremely sacred and pure aura at this moment, and suddenly collapsed the entire sky with unparalleled terrifying power, hitting one person with a power that frightened countless evil beings in the world. Star Dragon. Ah! As the One-Star Dragon roared in extreme fear, his body was continuously crushed into powder by this unprecedented sky blue energy bomb, and disappeared into the world. At last. After destroying the One-Star Dragon, the sky blue energy bomb drew a beautiful arc in mid-air and suddenly exploded in the void. Moment. The entire universe bloomed with incomparably beautiful sky blue light. That extremely blazing but soft light like a mother's embrace shined into everyone's heart. This is, really, the last vitality bullet. And when the One-Star Dragon was completely eliminated, Wukong's figure appeared in everyone's eyes again. At this moment, he was lying weakly on the ground, with the dark blue Dragon Ball beside him that was originally infected by negative energy. At this moment, it has changed back to its original appearance. Dad. Uncle Wukong. Wukong. Kakarot. Grandfather, dot. Just when Gohan, Trunks, Chi-Chi, Vegeta, Xiaofang and others came to Goku and tried to wake him up. Buzz. The 7 Dragon Balls next to Wukong suddenly glowed with golden light, and as a golden thunder suddenly roared out, Shenlong once again appeared in front of everyone's eyes. It was different from the past. This time the appearance of the dragon did not cause the sky to darken, it was still a clear blue sky. To read Bao's Huang novels, go to Fila Novel Network. Regarding this, Bulma and others were also extremely surprised. They did not summon the dragon. Buzz. Ignoring the surprised Bulma and others, Shenlong's eyes suddenly glowed with red light, and a powerful force suddenly poured into Wukong's body at this moment. Stand up, son Wukong. As Shenlong's voice fell, the dazzling golden light instantly healed Wukong's injuries, and Wukong also opened his eyes, and his physical strength and spirit reached their peak at this moment. Isn't this a divine dragon? I've defeated them all. After simply responding to Kikai, Wukong looked at the dragon in the sky with a faint smile on his face. Do you understand why those evil dragons appear? Yes, Wukong nodded. Also, the underworld and this human world are integrated into one, and all the resurrections of the dead are all because something is wrong with the Dragon Balls. This is because you are too dependent on the power given by the Dragon Balls. In the future, these Dragon Balls can no longer be used by you people. The 7 Dragon Balls will completely disappear from you, and so will I. Wukong also agreed very much with Shenron's words, but at the end he had one more request, that is, to resurrect all the people on Earth who died because of the Dragon Balls this time. For the last time, how about helping this disgraceful Earth to resurrect everyone? Looking at Shenlong with expectation, Wukong shouted loudly. At Wukong's request, Shenlong agreed and resurrected all humans again. Your wish has come true, so let's go, Wukong. Under everyone's puzzled gazes, Shenlong slowly said. Al, has the time come? Come up, Wukong. Shenlong lowered his head and motioned for Wukong to come up. Then I'll leave for a while. After the words fell, Wukong jumped on Shenlong's head. Wait a minute, Kakarot, are you going to practice? Looking at Gaku who was about to leave, Vegeta rushed over suddenly. However, after feeling Gaku's aura at this moment, his pupils suddenly shrank, and he seemed to understand something in his heart. Kakarot, are you? For Gaku at this moment, Vegeta couldn't feel the slightest breath, as if he was no longer in this world. Moment, Vegeta understood that Gaku had already died when he was receiving the energy bomb from one star dragon. After making a shushing gesture to Vegeta, Gaku also said to everyone goodbye. Vegeta, goodbye everyone. Hey, Wukong, you have to tell us where you are going, right? Looking at Wukong's figure, Kikai couldn't help but shouted anxiously. However, at this time, Wukong had been taken up into the sky by Shenlong, and left in the eyes of everyone and all the audiences in the world. But Xiaofang saw Wukong's remaining clothes on the ground. Moreover, Vegeta also warned Xiaofang to keep it well. After, Wukong rode the dragon and passed by the places of Yamuti and Tianjin Rice, and then went to the Kame Immortal House and Kame Immortal Clan. He missed the days of practicing in the past, and Wukong also sparred with Clan, and deliberately got beaten. Clan was punched and sent flying. Looking at Wukong's strange behavior, Turtle Immortal also felt something, but he hesitated to speak. Afterwards, Wukong came to Hell to visit Piccolo, who was maintaining order in Hell. Then at Wukong's request, Piccolo shook hands with Wukong. I've taken too much care of you, and I've never paid you back. I'm sorry, Piccolo, I will never forget you in my life. After saying that, Wukong's figure quietly disappeared into Hell again. As the camera turned again, in the dusk clouds, Wukong lay on the body of Shenlong with a peaceful face, feeling the warmth on Shenlong's back. After, under the astonished gazes of countless spectators from all over the world, the 7 Dragon Balls continued to merge into Wukong's body, and the dragon carrying Wukong's body disappeared into the sky. So far, the first top 4 special issue of the inventory of characters from all over the world, Kakarot's inventory screen ends here. Rating, started with Dragon Ball, ended with Dragon Ball. This line of big characters was clearly reflected in the eyes of everyone who came. At this moment, countless viewers from all over the world shed tears and felt bursts of sadness in their hearts. No matter how ignorant they are of the world at this moment, I also understand Kakarot's current situation. Kakarot left the world on the dragon and left the planet he had been guarding all his life. Until the end of my life, I have no regrets. Started with Dragon Ball, ended with Dragon Ball. This comment is extremely appropriate at this moment, just like when the adventure of searching for the Dragon Ball began. Kakarot's existence will eventually disappear from the world with the disappearance of the Dragon Ball. And the only thing left is the legendary name Sun Wukong that will last forever. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 277. This moment, as the music gradually attracts you, most of the audience in many dimensions stood up. Everyone is paying tribute to the most powerful warrior in the universe. He has spent his life guarding the earth, and will always guard the earth in the future, and will never have any regrets. Through the sound of music, they seem to have seen Wukong's life. From the moment he made a sound and was released to the earth, he has been fighting constantly and experiencing adventure after adventure. Starting from meeting Bulma, then to the Turtle Immortal, the Red Ribbon Army, Kikai, Pilaf, Clan, Lankai, the Cat Immortal, Divination Granny, Akilobe, Bobo, Celestial God, Big Devil Piccolo, Evil Saiyan Vegeta, Universe Emperor Frieza, Ultimate Cyborg Cell, Majin Buu, Baby, Super 17, Super 1-Star Dragon. There are also God of Destruction Beerus, Dark Zamasu, and the Tournament of Power. Wukong has paid so much for this earth. Just like when Wukong is around, there will be laughter. He is silly but cheerful and has a very good heart. That's why everyone likes Wukong so much. Fairy Tale World, Bleach World, Naruto World, One Piece World, Tudor World, Hunter World, Fate World, Saint Seiya World, One Punch Man World, Ultra World, Marvel Movie World, DC Movie World, King World, Film and Television World, Martial Arts World, Martial Arts World, Fairy World, Fantasy World. At this moment, countless viewers paid the most noble courtesy to Wukong, and some emotional viewers even shed tears of reluctance. Dash. And the warriors of the Dragon Ball world are also silent at this moment. Krillin, Chi-Chi, Bulma, Gohan, Piccolo, Kame Sennin, Yamcha, Tianjin Rice, Dumplings, Kaio. Seeing Wukong finally leaving on the dragon, everyone couldn't help but become silent at this moment. Maybe, many years in the future, will Goku just disappear in order to protect the Earth? But it seems that maybe this is also the best ending for Wukong. But everyone felt extremely sad about this ending, and Gohan was even more determined. He must practice well and protect the Earth with his father. What a bullshit scholar! How could my dream be compared to that of my father and my family? Vegeta also felt extremely unwilling. The pride of the Saiyan Prince in his heart would not allow him to be suppressed by Kakarot forever. If he were stronger, Kakarot might not need to die in the end. Is this the ending I will have in the future in a parallel world? Although I am very reluctant to let go of the Earth, maybe this way, the Earth can also restore peace. On the North Kaiwang planet, Wukong watched the inventory screen end, and a happy smile appeared on his face. Finally, he didn't live up to everyone's expectations. He protected the Earth. However, as a militant Saiyan, he also wants to continue to become stronger. Not only is he a one-star dragon, he will be stronger than the god of destruction and even the god of deity in the future. Son Goku, this Saiyan is really interesting. I am becoming more and more interested in him. In the god of destruction, the corners of Beerus' mouth raised slightly. Lord Beerus. Since you're so interested, maybe we can go meet each other. On the side, Weiss also had a faint smile on his face. High Priest, I want to see the Sun Wukong. In King Quan's palace, King Quan looked at the great priest beside him, and his soft and cute voice came out. Yes, Lord Quan Wang. Hearing this, the great priest bent down slightly, and then began to inform Weiss. Thoughts on King Quan? He still guessed a thing or two, and I am also very interested in the Sun Wukong. Soon, the inventory rewards began to be distributed. Ding! Reward video of the character inventory of the heavens, the first phase of the top 4-carat Super Saiyan 4 experience cards, 10 experience cards, and the ultimate free will power experience card. Reward 5 Vegeta Super 4 experience cards and 5 Super Saiyan God Dark Blue Form experience cards. Reward Frieza, the Emperor of the Universe, with the ability to continue to grow taller. At this moment, after hearing this broadcast, Goku, Vegeta, and even Frieza were stunned. Even many viewers were stunned. Damn it! Vegeta can understand why there are 3 people as rewards this time. Why does Frieza also get rewards? At this time, there is still some time before the spacecraft can resist the Earth, and Vegeta is still thinking about how to get along with Kakarot. After all, Kakarot, as the inventory character, must be rewarded, and it is impossible for him to defeat Kakarot who has received the reward. Now it seems that he can maintain his pride as a Saiyan Prince. As long as Kakarot and others don't be too disrespectful, he can be friends with them. After all, with the Super 4 experience card and the Deep Blue experience card, he also has the ability to protect himself, although it may be much worse than Kakarot of the Ultimate Intention Kung Fu, but I guess Kakarot wouldn't be so disrespectful, right? Kindness. Unexpectedly, this king also has rewards, and he can continue to grow taller. Located in the depths of the universe, Frieza's face looked so happy at this moment. If it weren't for his face, he might have been so happy that he was about to jump up. You can still continue to grow taller. What is this concept? It means that I can not only grow 5 centimeters taller, but I can even grow 10 centimeters or 20 centimeters taller. Who dares to say that this great king is short now? On Kaiwang, after receiving the reward, Wukong did not stop practicing, but continued to practice even harder. Because he understands, an experience card is still an experience card after all. It's not the strength that you really have, everything still requires hard work. And, his goal is not just to reach the top 4 and achieve the ultimate state of freedom. What he wants to achieve is to reach a level above the god of destruction and the gods of heaven, and even one day, he also wants to fight against the great priest. As the inventory screen came to an end, the beings in all the worlds became excited. Countless people praised the names of Kakarot and the Xians. Businessmen from countless worlds planned to use Kakarot and the Xians. The popularity of Asian people makes a lot of money. Kakarot and Xians, if you want to read exciting novels, go to Phila Novel Network. It has become popular throughout the entire dimension. At the same time, many powerful people are also looking forward to the existence of top 3, top 2, and top 1 in the first phase of the inventory of people in the world. You know, Kakarot is already so powerful, so how powerful should the top 3 be? And some strong men at the top of the world are confidently looking forward to their next appearance at this moment. For example, what great emperor, immortal King Lan, immortal emperor, what Gu Qinsha. They are all very confident that they can be on the list, and they are also looking forward to the reaction of everyone in the world when they appear. 0 request for flowers. And with countless dimensions, creatures that are difficult to count in units are discussing Kakarot's deeds. Seeing the system's popularity rising like a rocket, Zhang Chen was also very excited. I don't know what kind of rewards I can get this time. When I took stock of Beria before, he had gained the power to transform into Ultraman, and it was the kind with no time limit. But now, the popularity of this inventory is dozens or hundreds of times higher than before. I don't know what kind of rewards I will get. Ding. The character inventory popularity has begun to be calculated. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a pure Xian bloodline, a free ultimate willpower and a Dragon Ball character permanent summoning card. Ding, the Xian bloodline has been automatically replaced. There is no limit to this bloodline. When the strength reaches a certain level, the super match mode can be turned on. Ding, I have automatically learned the self-extreme intention Kung Fu, and am now at the first level of reaching the peak. The host can reach the highest level through independent practice. Ding, introduction to the Dragon Ball character permanent summoning card. You can summon any existence in the Dragon Ball world, and gain a certain degree of favorability based on its strength. For example, Quan Wang, 1%, Bulma, 100%. If the favorability reaches 100, the other party will unconditionally obey your instructions and focus on you. The lower the favorability, the worse the other party's attitude towards you, but it will not actively attack the host, and the favorability level can be increased. Hearing the system's voice, Zhang Chen couldn't help but have an expression of joy on his face, and he gave a big thumbs up to the rewards given by the system. Good guy, knowing that I was bored at home, he actually planned to give me a girl. Really not bad. Therefore, Zhang Chen naturally chose Dragon Ball Goddess number 18 without hesitation. Since number 18 was slightly stronger, his favorability score was only 80. However, Bashi's favorability is enough to let Zhang Chen do whatever he wants. Afterwards, after Zhang Chen set a timer to upload the top 3 character inventory video in 3 days, he began to live a daily life with number 18 without shame or impatience. Soon, 3 days passed in a blink of an eye after Kakarot's inventory screen ended. Just as countless viewers from all over the world have been eagerly anticipating it, the first issue of the top 3 inventory of all over the world has finally been released. However, When all the viewers looked at the scene in front of them, they couldn't help but feel stunned. The character featured in this issue is actually a girl. At this moment, many powerful men in the world could not sit still, and some powerful women even widened their eyes. Shrimp. Looking across the universe, there is actually a girl stronger than Kakarot. I saw, in front of everyone's eyes. The cover of the top 3 issue of the first issue of Zushin Characters Inventory. It turned out to be a man holding a bow and arrow, with waist-length pink hair, and a gorgeous and holy white dress. He looked very cute and innocent. This girl is so cute, but it seems that the strength is not very good. At the same time, the guardian sweethearts, the heroines of the world such as Sailor Moon, Magical Girl Sakura, Magical Girl Ilia, etc. are all a little confused. The moment they saw the inventory cover, the first reaction is that this girl should also be a magical girl. But just how powerful a magical girl must be to be ranked 3rd in the ranking of characters? Magical girl. Do you also have the power to destroy the universe? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 278. Looking at the inventory cover that suddenly appeared in their minds, countless viewers couldn't help being stunned, their faces full of confusion. What's the situation? Why did a girl appear in the inventory of characters? And it seems like he is powerless. Could it be that the author of the inventory video posted it wrong? This is impossible. How could the author of the inventory make such a low-level mistake? Could it be that this cute girl is more powerful than Kakarot? In the world of pirates, Luffy couldn't help but widen his eyes, his face full of disbelief. Regarding this, Zoro and others on the side looked blank, but Sanji's eyes widened, and an unprecedented impulse surged over him. Got his mind. If you can, I want to be this lady's knight. Under everyone's weird eyes, Sanji took a puff of cigarette, looked up at the sky at 45 degrees and said. In this regard, everyone chose to ignore him and began to discuss the girl in the picture. And this is similar. One scene also appeared in countless dimensions. What kind of existence is this girl? Even I, who is perfectly integrated with Bengayou, can't feel the slightest breath of her body. In the world of death, Aizen Sosuke, who was sitting on the throne, suddenly stood up. The expression on his face was extremely horrified, and his heart was throbbing like never before. You must know that after the perfect fusion of Bengayou, his strength has reached a new dimension, and can even be said to surpass all existences in the entire world of death. But even so, in front of this girl with long pink hair. But he still couldn't feel her breath, or even her existence. Just like when Beerus, the god of destruction, appeared. And not only that, when Bengayou faced this girl, he actually felt unprecedented fear, and was almost unable to withstand the suppression of that inexplicable force, which led to his collapse. This situation has never happened before. Even when the great priest and King Quan appeared on the scene, Bengayou didn't feel this kind of throbbing. It was as if even the king and the great priest were unable to compete with this girl. Not only Aizen, many of the world's top beings widened their eyes, looking at the girl in the picture in disbelief, feeling an unprecedented sense of oppression. It's as if this girl is willing, they will disappear from their world in an instant. In the world of one leaf covering the sky, the ancient supreme beings in the restricted area of life felt unprecedented fear at this moment. Even those on the road to becoming immortals felt extremely heavy pressure at this moment. In the perfect world, countless supreme beings and true immortals felt unprecedented shock at this moment, and their whole bodies could not help but tremble, as if they had encountered some wild beast. Even the immortal king-level powerhouse felt immense pressure at this moment, and an unprecedented wave of waves arose in his heart. The girl on the cover. It's so powerful that even they can't understand it. Only the legendary level may be comparable to it. In the Dragon Ball world, all the warriors looked at the girl in the picture blankly. Strangeness, how could this girl be ranked before Goku? She doesn't look very powerful. On Earth, Klin couldn't help but frowned and said with some doubts. Don't underestimate the other person, this girl is not simple. Besides, Turtle Immortal couldn't help but said in a solemn voice, with an unprecedented serious expression on his face. Even everyone present couldn't help but be shocked when they saw Turtle Immortal's expression. However, facing everyone's questions, Turtle Immortal shook his head and didn't say anything. He just let everyone watch. After all, he wasn't quite sure about the thoughts that came to him. Because, that thought is too scary. Bravo, although I can't feel her breath, if possible, I would like to have a fight with her. On the northern Kaiwang planet, Goku looked at the girl in the picture and couldn't help but be eager to try. 2 days ago, Beerus, the god of destruction, came to take him to see King Quan, and he became good friends with King Quan. Moreover, he also got his wish and used the free Ultimate Intention experience card to fight Beerus, although it ended in his defeat. However, this also let him know how powerful the god of destruction is. The girl in front of him now actually gave him the feeling that he was countless times more powerful than Beerus, the god of destruction. This made him feel extremely excited. In the god of destruction, the expressions of the god of destruction Beerus and the angel Whis suddenly changed, and they felt an unprecedented shock in their hearts. Not only them, but all the gods of destruction and angels in the universe were shocked by the girl in front of them at this moment. Because, even their beings couldn't feel each other's breath. The only thing that can be felt is an unprecedented sense of oppression. That's comparable to the king, wrong. It was a terrifying and oppressive feeling that surpassed all the kings by countless times. If King Quan wants to erase the universe with just a move of his hand, then the girl in front of him can erase the entire universe with just a thought. The gap between the two levels is like the gap between the god of destruction and the king of all. In other words, this girl is actually above all kings. In the king's palace, the great priest's eyes widened at this moment, with an unprecedented look of horror on his face. Even King Quan, who was originally cute, turned solemn at this moment, feeling unparalleled pressure in his heart. The angels of destruction can't feel this girl's aura. To read exciting novels, go to Feel a Novel Network. But that doesn't mean they can't. And the aura of the girl in front of me, there is no surprise that he is above them. It has reached a level that even they cannot know. That is an existence that is above laws, cause and effect, and time. Even they have no power to fight back in front of this girl. At the same time, in the world of Madoka Magica. At this moment, there are countless cute-looking, red-eyed, mysterious creatures named Kyubei all over the world. This girl. Isn't that the child? But, how is this possible? If her power is more powerful than Kakarot, wouldn't our race's energy be inexhaustible? On the other side, in a middle school somewhere. When the transfer student Xiao Mian saw the girl on the cover, his eyes widened. The expression on his face was so horrified that he almost screamed. If few others can recognize the identity of the girl in the picture, she is different. She has been reincarnated countless times, and has even seen Madoka become a magical girl. And the girl on the cover in front of me is clearly Madoka Shikama. After all, she reincarnated so many times just to save this girl. But now it seemed that she still couldn't stop Madoka from becoming a magical girl, and even let Madoka embark on a path that even she didn't know. At the same time, on the other side of the school, Zero. Asami Mistomo, Miki Sayaka, and Shikama Madoka were sitting together and discussing the characters that would appear next, and Madoka were also hesitating about whether to become magical girls. After all, Madoka and the others have also seen their seniors deal with witches, and they looked quite relaxed, and they looked very powerful. but they didn't think about the magical girls in their own world. After all, although magical girls are very powerful, but compared to a strong man like Kakarot who can easily destroy the universe, magical girls and those witches are nothing. However, just when the cover in my mind came, the three of them felt extremely shocked at this moment. Turn out to be magical girls can actually be ranked ahead of Kakarot. So, Madoka and Sayaka decided to watch this inventory before deciding whether to become magical girls. However, Madoka felt that the girl on the cover looked a bit familiar, as if she had seen it somewhere. However, she didn't think much about it. Then, amid the astonishment of countless spectators from all over the world and the horrified looks of many top experts, the first phase of the top 3 inventory of all the world's characters officially began. Taking stock of the top 3 figures in the first issue of the universe, the principle of the ring, Shikame engine. No 3, the world of magical girls. In this world, there are magical girls and witches. If you want to become a magical girl, you must sign a contract with a mysterious creature named Kyubei. When signing the contract, the girl can make a promise. Wish, and the price of becoming a magical girl is to defeat the witch. She has a gentle personality and always thinks about her friends. She hopes that all magical girls will support each other. Although she is indecisive when making decisions and often thinks of herself as a person with no merit and no help to anyone, she has low self-esteem. In order to save all the magical girls, she resolutely embarked on a path destined to be lonely. Evaluation, the ultimate infinity, a multiverse-level existence that transcends time, space, laws, and cause and effect, the principle of the circle that only exists in concepts, Shikama in Shin. Beyond time, space, laws, and cause and effect, at the multiverse level? An existence that exists only in concepts? At this moment, seeing Madoka Shikama's introduction, countless viewers were stunned, while some strong men at the top of the world suddenly widened their eyes, feeling an unprecedented shock. Ordinary people and some beings from lower worlds may not understand. But for those who are truly strong, they naturally know how highly the author of this review thinks of Madoka Shikame. This kind of evaluation, it can already be called a real God. And it is God who transcends all existence and only exists in concepts. No wonder the girl on the cover will give them such a terrifying sense of oppression. From this point of view, this girl really deserves this kind of evaluation. In the world of Madoka Magica, Kyubeis located all over the world could not help but widen their eyes, feeling an unprecedented shock. That girl, it's too scary. What kind of wish did she make to actually have such terrifying power? Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 279. At this moment, the 3 people in the school, Shikama Madara, also widened their eyes, with extremely dull expressions on their faces. The principle of the circle, the deer-eyed circle god. What is this? A moment later. Shikamaru, isn't that your name, Madoka? Sayaka couldn't help but swallowed her saliva as she looked at Madoka, who was stunned. There is no doubt that when they saw the introduction and Madoka's name, the 3 of them understood in an instant that the world they were taking stock of this time was their world. Moreover, the person taking inventory is actually Madoka Shikama next to him. Yes, it's my name, yes, but I don't know what the principle of the circle is either. What is the multiverse? On the side, Madoka also came to her senses, her face full of confusion. In response to this, Miss Tomomomi on the side also looked confused, shocked by the picture and introduction in her mind. Although she knew that Madoka would be very strong when she transformed into a magical girl, she didn't know that she would be so strong. The top 3 of the first issue of the inventory of people in the heavens. This is a ranking higher than that Kakarot. But she doesn't understand what the multiverse is either. Just when the 3 of them were full of doubts, Kyubei appeared and explained the multiverse. But Kyubei was more impressed by Madoka's talent. He even once again offered her an olive branch to become a magical girl. But Madoka refused, saying that she planned to watch the inventory video before making a decision. After all, in the introduction just now, he said that in order to save magical girls, 01 he became the principal of the ring, Shikame Enkamai. Maybe Kyubei is hiding something from them. At the same time, magical girls all over the world were shocked by this scene. Madoka's parents, classmates, and teachers even widened their eyes, unable to believe the scene in front of them. Magical girl? The ultimate infinite multiverse level existence. The principle of the circle in the concept, Shikemu engine? What's going on? Isn't Madoka just an ordinary middle school student? Then, with many people confused and countless spectators watching with bated breath, the picture played slowly. Only in the screen. In a certain city, a girl was born. His parents gave him the name Shikame Madara. As the scene continued to change rapidly, Shikama Madoka also grew up rapidly, and her parents gave birth to a younger brother. Time flies like an arrow. Finally, Madoka reached the age of being in the second grade of junior high school, and started a warm campus life, until one day Madoka met a mysterious and cute creature named Kyubei. Madoka's life began to change dramatically. That was the scene from when I was born until I met Kyubei. In the world of Madoka Magica, Madoka Shikama looked at herself in the picture and couldn't help but swallow her saliva. On the other side, the transfer student Xiaomi Homura's eyes suddenly shrank, and a murderous intention continued to surge into his heart. If you can. She really wants to kill all the Kyubeis. In this case, maybe Madoka won't become a magical girl. As the camera turned, Madoka appeared in a strange world. This was an illusory world. The whole world was covered in black and white. Because the black and white grid like a track was reflected in all directions, Madoka's the figure keeps running in it, until after she opened a door. At this moment, the eyes of countless spectators suddenly shrank, the expressions on their faces were extremely shocked, and their whole bodies could not help but tremble. Only saw. In the picture, as the door opens, what everyone sees is an extremely bleak world. Everything is turning into dust at this moment. The high-rise buildings in the city have already collapsed at this moment, and there is a weird magic circle in mid-air, and a huge dark shadow. A scene like the end of the world appears in everyone's mind. Which, at this moment, in the world of Madoka Magica, Tomomomi and countless magical girls couldn't help but open their mouths, with extremely horrified expressions on their faces. Because, the witch in front of me is too powerful. Countless times more powerful than the witch they encountered. What a strange creature, what on earth is this? In the world of death, Aizen raised his eyebrows with a somewhat surprised expression on his face. Although the creature in the picture did not give him a particularly powerful feeling, he had never seen such a creature before, don't even know what it's made of. But, if your guess is correct, this should be the witch mentioned before, right? In this regard, many people also judged what the creature in front of them was. However, the strength of this creature seems to be quite average. Why does this review video rate that girl so highly? In the picture, in Madoka's eyes, a very beautiful girl with black hair reaching her waist is rushing towards the witch in mid-air, with a small round shield in her left hand. Moment. Madoka and others who were watching the scene recognized this person's identity. This girl is a transfer student from their school, and her name is Xiaomian. To read exciting novels, go to Fila Novel Network. How so? After Xiaomian saw herself in the picture, her pupils suddenly shrank. She was naturally extremely familiar with this scene, because this was what she had experienced in previous reincarnations. But if Madoka knew about this, I'm afraid. In the picture, looking at the figure of the witch, Xiaomian suddenly stepped forward and rushed towards the direction of the witch, but was suddenly hit by the building thrown by it. Then, he was chased by waves of red energy like flames, and the situation suddenly fell into a disadvantage. Too much. In the distance, Xiao Yuan looked at the scene and said with some worry. There was no way, the burden would be too heavy for her alone, but she was also prepared to realize it. Besides, Kyubei said slowly. This is too much, there is no such thing. Looking at Xiao Mian, who was locked in a bitter battle in the distance and being constantly ravaged, Madoka's voice was filled with trembling, and she felt extremely sorry for Xiao Mian. If you give up, that's the end of it. Under Madoka's hesitant gaze, Kyubei then spoke, but, if it is you, you can change your destiny. Hearing this, Madoka's eyes were filled with hope again. The unavoidable destruction and size, you just have to subvert them all, you also have the power to do it all. Really? Can people like me really achieve anything? Can this ending be changed? Madoka couldn't help but look forward to Kyubei's words. Because, she wanted to save Xiao Mian, and didn't want her to face all this alone. Of course, so make a contract with me and become a magical girl. As Kyubei's voice fell, just when Madoka was about to nod. Suddenly, the camera suddenly turned. On the bed in the room, Madoka suddenly opened her eyes and realized that everything just happened was just a dream. Cut. In response to this, countless spectators in the world couldn't help but booed. Damn it! I took off my pants. Are you going to show me this? However, it is undeniable that many viewers are also looking forward to the scene when Madoka Shikama signs a contract and becomes a magical girl. Since it can be ranked among the top 3 characters in the inventory. Then I'm afraid Shikama Madoka's strength will not be inferior to Kakarot, and may even be much more powerful. Moreover, they are also very interested in multiverse-level existences. Thinking about that scene, it must be very shocking. The scene continued to play. After washing and dressing up, Madoka also set off for school, and met her classmate Sayaka on the way. The warm daily life seemed to make people forget what just happened in the scene. After arriving at the school, Madoka's teacher in class introduced the transfer student Akatsuki Homura, a beautiful girl with long straight black hair. In an instant, Madoka recognized that the girl in front of her was the girl in the dream. In this regard, many viewers also felt that there was something abnormal about 090. I had obviously dreamed of the girl in front of me before, but I met her in the blink of an eye. It is clear, all of this seems to be premeditated. Madoka Shikame, do you think your life is precious? Do you value family and friends? In the picture, Xiao Mian asked Madoka while Madoka was taking her to the health room. In this regard, Madoka Shikama's answer was naturally extremely important. After all, family and friends are important to her. Everything. Really, if it is true, never want to be a different version of yourself, otherwise you will lose everything. In the confused eyes of Madoka and many viewers, Xiao Mian continued, you just need to live as Shikame Madoka. I think it will be the same as before, and it will be the same in the future. After saying that, Xiao Mian stepped away alone. Madoka and the audience were left with a confused look. After that, Madoka told Sayaka and Hitomi what happened with Akatsuki Homura, and Sayaka even complained directly. She originally thought that Akatsuki Homura was a beautiful girl with both civil and military talents, but she didn't expect that she turned out to be a psycho wave girl. Madoka-san, is this really your first meeting with Xiaomei-san? From common sense, yes, but I really want to see that girl in my dream last night. Hearing this, Sayaka and Hitomi couldn't help laughing, which made the troubled Madoka a little shy. You can't be wrong, this is the cause and effect of the past life, you are the companions of fate who have traveled through time and space to meet each other. In this regard, Sayaka couldn't help but said with a smile. And this sentence also made Xiaomi Homura's eyes suddenly shrink while watching the scene, and inexplicable emotions emerged in her heart. Cause and effect from past lives. Although not necessarily right, but it can't be considered wrong. No matter how many times I travel through time and space, I will never let Madoka become a magical girl. The picture was like the warning against Akatsuki Homura. When Madoka and Sayaka were visiting the CD store, a voice suddenly sounded in Madoka's mind. Help me, Madoka. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 280. At this moment, listening to the voice in my mind, not only Shikemu Madoka in the picture, but also many viewers thought it was an auditory hallucination. Until the sound rang again. Help me. In the picture, as the sound sounded again, Madoka couldn't help but walk towards the direction of the sound. Who is it? Who is it? As a door opened, following the voice in her mind, Madoka came to the block decoration floor. Bang! Suddenly, the window in the ceiling suddenly opened, and a soft and cute creature that was covered in bruises and looked like a cat but not a cat suddenly fell in front of Madoka. It's Kyubei who signed a contract with the magical girl. Is it you? Seeing this, Madoka couldn't help but pick her up and asked if it was asking for help just now. The camera turned. A chained figure appeared in front of them. Homura. Facing the murderous Xiao Mian in front of her, Madoka's face couldn't help but look a little dull, and she didn't understand why she met her here. Leave this guy alone, this has nothing to do with you. Holding the chain, Xiao Mian's voice was extremely cold, and her violent killing intent could not help but chill many viewers. What is going on with Xiao Mian? Why did she kill such a cute animal? In the world of Conan, Sanako's face was a little unhappy, and her opinion of Xiao Mian continued to plummet at this moment. Originally, she still had a good impression of this long, straight black girl, but she never expected that this guy had a tendency to abuse animals. It was so abominable. Why are you hurting Kyubei? Kyubei is obviously so cute. In the world of Pleasant Goat, beautiful goat looked at Kyubei in the picture and couldn't help but frowned. And similar situations are constantly happening in all major worlds. For women and some men who naturally like soft and cute creatures, hurting such a cute Kyubei in front of them is simply unforgivable. She should be punished. In response, many lewd men couldn't help but smile excitedly. If you can, please leave Xiao Mian to them. They will definitely make Xiao Mian change her ways and become a good and obedient child. In the scene, Sayaka, who was coming, saw Akatsuki Homura approaching fiercely. After using a fire extinguisher to stop the opponent, he took Madoka and ran away together. However, just when Xiao Mian was about to give chase, a sudden change occurred. Buzz! In an instant, a random force suddenly enveloped the entire area. The surrounding space became extremely dreamy at this moment. An evil aura spread across the surface, causing the expressions of many righteous people to change. Exactly at this time, Xiao Mian looked a little unhappy at the sudden change. And most of the audience knew what was going on. If you guessed correctly, the witch must have appeared. And it looks like this beautiful girl with long black hair, Homura Akatsuki, is probably a magical girl. Although I have seen Madoka in her dreams before, most viewers are still not sure. After all, I don't know if it was a dream or what. What's going on with that guy? Is he cosplaying this time but becoming a murderer? Besides, what it is. In the picture, Sayaka kept running while looking at the creature in Madoka's arms and asked, "It's not a doll. It should be a creature. I don't know, even though I don't know, I must save this child." Madoka is not very clear about this, but her intuition and the kindness in her heart do not allow Xiao Mian to kill the creature in front of her. And while the two were running, suddenly, the surrounding space also changed, and the two entered a nightmarish maze, and there are all kinds of strange creatures around, and they make strange sounds. Are you kidding? I must be having a nightmare, right Madoka? Holding Madoka tightly, Sayaka's voice trembled a little, and an unprecedented fear kept rising in her heart. Regarding the scene in front of her, they have never seen it before, not even in some scary ghost videos. They are far less terrible than 1% of this scene. However, just as the two were panicking, a chain suddenly fell at their feet, and then a strange energy suddenly exploded. While not harming the two of them, it instantly wiped out the strange creatures around them. It's really dangerous, but it's okay. This is, a sweet voice came from behind the two of Xiao Yuan. I saw, the person who came was a beautiful young girl with long golden curly hair. She was wearing the same school uniform as Madoka and the others, and she also held a golden light in her hand, and a strange power continued to spread out. People coming, it's none other than Miss Tamamai Mommy. Oh, you saved Kyubei. Thank you, this child is my most important friend. As she walked in front of Madoka and the two of them, looking at Kyubei in Madoka's arms, Tomomomi couldn't help but smile. But at this moment, the surrounding environment suddenly changed, and countless plants rose into the sky instantly, surrounding the three of them. It seems, before we talk, I need to finish a piece of work. Buzz. As the sacred and solemn music sounded, Tomomomi's body suddenly started to dance, and then she placed the golden egg-like object in her palm. And this golden egg-like object is the magical girl's soul gem. Boom. Moment, full of colorful light, it suddenly bloomed from the soul gem, and a strange energy continued to spread out at this moment. Then, Tomomomi's body suddenly changed, and her clothes became extremely gorgeous. It's the magical girl form. To read Bao's Huang novels, go to Fila Novel Network. In mid-air, as Tomomomi threw the firearm in her hand, the silver long-handled firearms turned into thousands of them at this moment. Next second. Bang 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 bang. Along with the sound of countless firearms, bullets filled with terrifying power continued to pour out, falling in the surrounding area. Boom 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 boom. In an instant, countless plants filled with evil aura around them were all wiped out, countless thick fogs continued to rise, and the entire ground was shaking at this moment. Nightmare, at this moment, he was blown away by Tomomomi's powerful magic attack. This scene also amazed many viewers. Certainly, that's just a small part. After all, in the eyes of countless powerful people in the world, an offensive of this level is nothing more than child's play. To know. In the previous scene, Kakarot's combat power as a child had far surpassed that of the magical girl in front of him. In the picture, after the nightmare was over, Xiao Mian stood in front of the three people again. And she seems not to let Kyubei go yet. Involuntarily due to the presence of Tomomomi, Akatsuki Homura could only retreat. After that, Tomo Asami thanked Madoka and the others, and then introduced Kyubei to them. In addition to a marshmallow-like feel and a cute appearance that looks more like a cat than a cat, Kyubei also has a profound ability to speak without moving his mouth. And the most important thing is, no matter how much you toss it, it won't shed any hair. And this also made many viewers feel very fond of Xiao Mian, and their image of Xiao Mian once again dropped a notch. In fact, some people continued to insult Xiao Mian and even her whole family and 18 generations of ancestors on the barrage. In this regard, Xiao Mian, who was watching the scene, did not feel the slightest bit disturbed. After all, she doesn't have the time to talk nonsense with these keyboard warriors. The only thing she wants to do is to kill all the Kyubeis and prevent Madoka from becoming a magical girl. Thanks to you, my name is Chubby. In the screen, after thanking each other, Kyubei, the most adorable pet in history, extended an invitation to Madoka and Sayaka. I hope you can sign a contract with me. Become a magical girl. Turn out to be, Asami and Homura Akatsuki are both magical girls, and Kyubei will find suitable women to form contracts with, and will also grant them a wish. And it can be any wish, as big as being ranked to overcome the tribulation, as small as world peace. No matter what kind of miracle, Kyubey can achieve it for them. In response, viewers from all over the world said that Kyubey's ability is similar to that of Super Dragon. This is too cool. You must know that the Super Divine Dragon is comparable to all kings, and even superior to them. As a prize, these women will receive soul gems, become magical girls, and take on the responsibility of defeating witches. The witch is an alien who hides in the barrier to spread despair and corrode people's hearts. The maze that Madoka and the others entered by mistake is the witch's lair. However, destroying the witch also has a direct reward for the magical girl, that is, the Seed of Lamentation. As the magical girl's battles and daily activities continue to consume magic power, the soul gem will gradually become turbid. At this time, the soul gem must be purified again with the lament seed to smooth out the deficit. In this way, you can enjoy the conveniences of being a magical girl for a long time. The senior sister warned the two of them that fighting the witch is no joke. If you are not careful, you will die. In order to let Madoka and the others have a real experience and carefully consider whether to become magical girls, Tomo Asami asked Madoka and Sayaka to watch her fight. Then, in addition to performing a series of bondage scenes that are indispensable in all magical girl stories, Miss Tomomi Asami easily took out countless carved muskets from under her skirt and bombarded the witch and her apostles to the ground. After dealing with the witch, Tomomi was still able to drink coffee gracefully and smile at Madoka and Madoka. After Asami Tomo's demonstration, the work of a magical girl seems less difficult and dangerous, and instead her heroic appearance fascinates Madoka and countless other women from all over the world. Good, so handsome, I really want to be a magical girl. In the world of Conan, Sanako couldn't help but her eyes were shining, and her heart was full of yearning. Not only Sanako, but also Ayumi, Xylan, and others were instantly amazed. If possible, they also want to become magical girls. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 281. And this scene continues to play out in many dimensions. Countless girls have become fans of Tomomi, even magical girls in some worlds, such as magical girl Sakura, magical girl Ilya, magical girl Nanoha, etc. The heroines of this world also kind of admire Tomomi. And some male viewers were ready to move at this moment. After all, it doesn't matter whether they make a wish or not, the main thing is that they want to be a magical girl. I also want to be a magical girl. In this way, I can wish to have a lot of money. In the world of pirates, Nami's face is extremely excited, and her eyes are filled with the light of money. Magical girl, it seems very interesting, but Nami, you are not a girl anymore, so there is probably no way you can be one. On the side, Usopp couldn't help but strike. I also seem to want to be a magical girl. In this case, maybe I can become stronger and be able to help Sasuke in the future. In the world of Naruto, Sakura also has some yearning. After all, since the magical girl can be ranked third in the list of characters in the world, her potential should be very strong. If she becomes a magical girl, she will definitely be of greater use in the future against Kaguya Otsutsuki or Madara Uchiha. Soul Gem. Why do I think that creature named Kyubey has a conspiracy? In the world of death, Aizen frowned, feeling a little weird in his heart. Become a magical girl and gain power. And can you make a wish? This is too friendly, it's just pie in the sky. And the Akatsuki Homure who became a magical girl, and why are you chasing Kyubey? All of this seems extremely weird. Snort, it's just making a wish. Can you make yourself invincible all of a sudden? In the world of Dragon Ball, Vegeta couldn't help but snorted, with some disdain on his face. In his eyes, wishes are just like that. What about becoming immortal and gaining powerful power? It's just a trail. Only when you are strong can you truly stand at the top of the world. After all, the god of destruction and King Quan don't care if you are immortal or not, they will destroy or erase you in one fell swoop. In the perfect world, the immortal king-level experts at this moment have their eyes fixed on the picture, unwilling to miss the slightest detail. Because the power given to them by the characters on the previous cover was so shocking. If I could peek even a little bit. It is even possible for them to peek into or touch the legendary realm. Not only them, but even the beings at the immortal emperor level looked at it with great interest at this moment. For this round god who had embarked on a new path, feeling a little bit interested. Whether strong or not. At least it is an existence that has reached the same level as them or is close to them, and it is worthy of their serious watching. At the same time, in Madoka Magica, the cold gaze and strong killing intent in Akatsuki Homura's eyes continued to spread out. That hateful guy. He actually started to seduce Madoka again. Madoka and Madoka, who were watching the scene, also felt so excited at this moment that they almost became magical girls on the spot. Because they just saw the scene yesterday, it was so exciting. Now, as long as they watch the video and decide what wishes to make, they can sign a contract with Kyubei. As the scene continues to play, Kyubei reveals to Madoka that she is the most talented magical girl candidate he has ever seen. As long as she signs a contract, she will definitely become an epic magical girl 100 times stronger than Tomo Asami. Then, the only question left in Madoka's mind was what wish she should make. Tomo Mami also talked about the situation when she became a magical girl, because Kyubei came to her door when she was about to die in a car accident. So she had no choice but to continue her life. And considering that the magical girl has a tough physique that can withstand torture under the blessing of the soul gem, this wish is simply a loss of blood. Therefore, Tomo Mami told Madoka that this wish must be treated with caution to avoid regretting it. Then, Madoka, who usually lives a carefree life, racked her brains for this wish, but Sayaka has a clear wish. It was her childhood sweetheart, Kyosuke Jojo, who she had a crush on. He was once a talented violinist who attracted much attention. Unfortunately, his left hand was disabled and he may not be able to play again in this life. And she wants to use Kyubei's wish to heal Kyosuke's left hand. In response, Kamiya Kyosuke couldn't help but be moved when he watched the scene, and felt guilty for this childhood sweetheart. Since his left hand became disabled, his attitude towards Sayaka has been very unfriendly. He even often vents his anger on her. But Sayaka didn't dislike herself like this and kept encouraging him. Now, he actually wants to use his own wishes to restore his left hand. This made him feel guilty like never before. In the scene, Tomo Mami reminds Sayaka that it is okay to make wishes for others, but it must be clarified whether you are really doing good for others, or whether you want to be the benefactor of the other person. If you seek fish by chance, you will surely reap the consequences. In this regard, Sayaka also understood Tomo Mami's good intentions, so she did not make a rash decision. As the picture continues to change, time passes quickly. A few days later, Madoka and Sayaka came to the hospital to visit Kyosuke, and the two of them accidentally discovered a witch hatching nearby. And once the witch is allowed to form a barrier here, it will not be so easy to find her, but neither of them has Ms. Tomo Mami's phone number. And to protect Kyosuke, Sayaka volunteered to stay here with Kyubei, and asked Madoka to continue looking for Tomo Mami's help. After Miss Tamamai arrived, she quickly located and entered the barrier through the brain communication network set up by Kyubei, Abd, and that Xiaomian is following her again. I told you, I don't want to see you again. Looking at Xiaomian's figure, Tomo Mami's face was a little unhappy, and her sweet voice had a little chill. I will capture the prey this time, so stop it. To read Bao's Huang novels, go to Fila Novel Network. Xiaomian didn't care about Tomo Mami's attitude and said with a very calm face. This is not possible, I have to pick up Miki-san and Kyubei. I will ensure the safety of those two people. Do you think I will believe you? As Tomomomi's voice fell, her palm suddenly stretched out towards Xiao Mian, and then a strange power suddenly emerged, and two red ribbons wrapped with energy suddenly broke out on the ground, and in an instant, the body of Xiao Mian was tied up, making it unable to move. Fool, idiot, now is not the time to do such a thing. Under the huge power of the red ribbon, Xiao Mian's face became a little painful, and she couldn't help but feel a little anxious. Certainly, I don't mean to hurt you, but it's hard to guarantee that if you make too much noise. This time the witch is different from the previous ones. If you are honest, I will let you go when you come back. Tomomomi didn't take it seriously for Xiaomi Homura's warning, and then called on Madoka Shikama to continue moving forward. You know, she has become a magical girl until now. But he has never encountered a witch who can make him fight hard. And this witch has just hatched, she hasn't taken it seriously yet. And, this rebellious magical girl is causing trouble with Kyubei in an attempt to prevent Madoka, who has extraordinary self-control, from becoming a magical girl and to squeeze out the resources of the lament seed. If she is selfish to this extent, there is no need to give her any face. Well done, this guy has been unhappy for a long time. Hum, isn't that the qualification of Madoka Kyokushin? What a selfish guy. Are you okay now? Are you really treating yourself like an onion? Looking at the scene in front of them, many spectators from all over the world also cheered loudly. You know, they have been unhappy with Xiao Mian for a long time. Just relying on their beauty, do they think they can do whatever they want? Do you know it's wrong to tie you up now? If it weren't for the fact that the picture couldn't teach you a lesson, a few loudmouths would have slapped you already. The picture continued to play, and on the way to the location of the witch, Madoka said Miss Asami expressed her wish. Madoka is not willing to settle for ordinary daily life, and hopes to live another version of herself, fighting to save others just like Miss Tomomomi. Therefore, as long as you become a magical girl, this wish will naturally come true. In this regard, Tomomomi couldn't help but dissuade Madoka, saying that she was not as glamorous as she appeared on the surface. She was always alone, and she could only cry secretly when she was sad. And Madoka also told her senior sister that she would no longer be alone in the future, and he would face it with her. At this moment, Miss Tomomomi realized that now she finally had a close friend. Then, as if to reflect the warmth of the moment, a sky full of blue and white pills fell all around, and Asami Tomo also cried with joy. Tomomomi then said that since Madoka's wish is to become a magical girl, Kyubei's wish should be considered as buy one, get one free. If after the end of this witch crusade, Madoka has not decided on her wish, then let Kyubei turns into a big cake and everyone celebrates together. In order to prevent herself from becoming a foodie magical girl, Madoka has to think harder about her wishes. At the same time, Kyubei's voice also appeared in Tomomomi's mind, and the witch's hatching was completed. Okay, I get it, let me solve it quickly today. Buzz. As she transformed into a magical girl, the senior sister who had settled her worries became full of fighting spirit, her body felt lighter, and countless carved firearms continued to bombard the witch's apostles. From now on, she was no longer alone. Now she is alone, and she no longer has to fight alone. She has nothing to be afraid of now. Fight all the way to the witch's room to meet Sayaka, and this time she has to deal with the candy witch. Sorry, I have to deal with you in one go. As the words fell, Mommy took the advantage and started a wave of stunning and ferocious operations. Amidst the laughter, the witch had no power to fight back. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 282. Success. At this moment, not only the audience, but also Sayaka in the picture said that they have won. Smiling sweetly at Sayaka, Miss Tomomomi took out her magic cannon, and the terrifying energy continued filled with. You know, so far there is really no witch that this trick cannot solve. Tyrofina 1a. As Tomomomi's voice fell, the magic cannon instantly blasted out a red ribbon, tying up the candy witch in mid-air. However, when the candy witch's body was tied tightly, the sudden change frightened everyone present and countless spectators in the world. See. The candy witch who was hit by the magic cannon and bound was not only not destroyed, her mouth suddenly opened wide, and a huge clown-like head stuck out from her mouth, and the huge head penetrated the atmosphere. In an instant, he arrived in front of the stunned Tomomomi. In everyone's frightened eyes. Click. In an instant, the giant clown's head opened its mouth, splitting Tomomomi's head and body into two. And because the soul gem is on Tomomomi's head, so when the head was swallowed into the witch's mouth, Tomomomi was left cold. Lie down, damn it, what the hell is going on? Nigeria, damn, what did I see? Why did Tomomomi's head disappear all of a sudden? Cao, I was eating breakfast and it almost made me throw up. Looking at the sudden change in front of them, the faces of countless spectators in the world suddenly changed. Some ordinary people with poor endurance even vomited. At this moment, no one is clamoring to be a magical girl anymore. What kind of Gauba thing is this, that powerful Miss Tomomomi, his head was bitten off by this candy witch in one fell swoop. What kind of healing movie is this? This is simply a horror movie. If some people thought that the magical girl world was full of warmth before, no one will feel that way at this moment. The bloody scene that happened in front of them made their scalp numb instantly. Really, while gaining strength, you must also take responsibility. In the world of pirates, Robin's eyes suddenly condensed. You must know, in their world, there is something called devil fruit. Once you eat this fruit, you will gain a strange ability. Some can have a variety of superpowers, some can transform into various animals, and some can transform into various elements. However, all beings who eat this fruit will no longer be able to swim and will be afraid of the power of sea water. Now it seems that becoming a magical girl and dealing with a witch also requires taking great risks. Now it seems, the blue pill in the background just now is not accidental, but it is foreshadowing something. In the world of Conan, Conan couldn't help but narrow his eyes when he looked at Asami Tomo whose head was bitten off. When he saw the blue pill before, he felt very strange. And I am also very confused about Xiao Mian's attempt to kill Kyubei. Now it seems that there may be some conspiracy behind all this. At the same time, in the world of Madoka Magica. At this moment, the faces of Tomomomi, Shikame Madoka, and Miki Sayaka turned extremely pale. Even Tomomomi, who usually takes things lightly and is extremely calm, felt scared at this moment. Incredible. My future self will actually die like this. What is the situation with that witch? Why is it completely different from what I encountered before? On the other side, Madoka and Sayaka also felt fear, and felt an unprecedented fear of becoming magical girls and fighting witches. Really, being a magical girl can be dangerous. Even the powerful Miss Tomomomi was bitten off her head by the witch. Not just the three of them, but all the magical girls in the world turned pale at this moment. They swallowed with great difficulty, feeling extremely frightened in their hearts. The scene continued to play, and with the death of Miss Tomomomi, the red ribbon binding Xiao Mian also disappeared in an instant, and Xiao Mian naturally understood what happened to the scene in front of her. Boom! In the battlefield, Tomomomi's headless body fell to the ground, and the clown witch's huge head followed closely behind, and began to bite Tomomomi's body continuously, as if she was tasting delicious food. You two sign a contract with me right now, Madoka and Sayaka. Looking at Madoka and the two who were huddled in fear, Kyubei's anxious voice suddenly came out. On the other side, the witch who had eaten Tomo Asami's body also turned her attention to Madoka and the two. "Decide on your wish, hurry up." However, just when Kyubei urged the two of them, Xiao Mian's voice suddenly came out. "There is no need, I am the one to deal with this guy." With a step, Xiao Mian came to the front of the clown witch, facing the huge clown monster. Xiao Mian continued to easily dodge his attacks, and then used the ability to pause time to put a time bomb into the giant clown's mouth. Finally, the huge clown monster was wiped out in a series of internal explosions. At this moment, many viewers from all major dimensions couldn't help but swallow their saliva, their mouths opened hugely, and the expressions on their faces were extremely shocked. The monster who easily killed Tomo Asami. In the hands of that Xiao Mian, he was ravaged like a child. This is too strong. However, some people feel that Tomo Mami's death was a bit unjust, and they feel a little regretful in their hearts. If you want to read exciting novels, go to Fila Novel Network. Xiao Mian obviously offered to deal with this witch, but it's a pity that Miss Tamamai didn't listen and insisted on doing it herself. "It's okay now, my head was eaten. What a pity for that beautiful skin." How did she do it? In the world of Madoka Magica, Tomo Mami looked at the scene in front of her, her face filled with disbelief. This is so weird. The witch who couldn't even deal with her was eliminated so easily. How on earth did she do it? At this moment, Tomo Mami was extremely amazed at Xiao Mian's strength. When she saw herself tying her up easily before, she thought Xiao Mian was not as strong as her. Now it seems that Xiao Mian's strength is very likely to be above hers, and Xiao Mian is so skillful when dealing with that witch. This is so strange. Be sure to find a chance to talk to her. In the picture, as the witch is eliminated, the maze also disappears. As for Asami's death, Akatsuki Homura was indifferent. She ignored Sayaka's cries and took the lament seed dropped by the witch, and told the lost Madoka and Sayaka that this was the fate of magical girls. Zero request for flowers. After that, Kyubei saw that Madoka and Sayaka, who had witnessed the death of their senior sister in battle, had no intention of signing a contract, so he had to go find others to sign the contract. As the scene continued to change, Madoka came to the empty apartment of her senior sister and unexpectedly met Xiao Mian. Xiao Mian comforted Madoka and said that Madoka was right to follow her own advice and not to enter into a contract with Kyubei. Yes, she did nothing wrong. To die in the maze without a body and to be forgotten forever. This is the end of the magical girl. Madoka also said that she would never forget her senior sister, nor would she forget that Xiao Mian saved her life. And Xiao Mian warned Madoka again that this kindness can also lead to disaster. In the evening, when Madoka went home, she was wondering that Xiaomi Homura was actually a nice person, but why did she get along so hard with her senior sister? While walking on the road, Madoka suddenly discovered that her classmate Hitomi was bewitched by a witch, and Madoka, who was anxious and helpless for a moment, could only follow her. However, this time the witch is extraordinary and has seduced a large number of people to commit collective suicide. Madoka was caught in the maze, and when she was besieged by the witch and the apostles, the magical girl Sayaka appeared like a hurricane and destroyed the witch with extremely powerful power. It turns out, when Sayaka went to visit Kyosuke today, she found that he was very impulsive and depressed, because the doctor told him that with the current medical level, unless there was a miracle, his left hand would not be able to recover. In this regard, in order to stop Kyosuke from committing suicide, Sayaka told Kyosuke that miracles and magic exist. In the end, Sayaka made up her mind and made a wish to Kyubei to heal Kyosuke's left hand and become a magical girl. As a result, Sayaka won a great victory in her first battle as a magical girl, saving Madoka and Hitomi, and she was finally able to hear the music of her childhood sweetheart again. Sayaka is very satisfied with this result. However, Madoka was still worried about Sayaka, fearing that something bad might happen to her, So she privately asked Homura Akatsuki and Sayaka to fight side by side, hoping to be taken care of. Homura Akatsuki was originally disappointed that Sayaka turned a deaf ear to her words, so she rejected Madoka and said coldly, "Give up Sayaka Miki. That girl shouldn't have made a contract. This is a mistake that I can't make up for now. It's the same thing as a dead person who can't be resurrected. Once you become a magical girl, there is no hope of redemption. The contract is to give up everything else in exchange for your only hope." In response to this, many viewers from all over the world were extremely surprised and could not understand why Xiao Mian said this. Why can't the dead be resurrected? Isn't it true that any wish can come true? Could it be that even resurrecting Miss Tomomomi can't be done? And why does being a magical girl mean you can't get salvation? Isn't it the duty of a magical girl to destroy witches? It sounds like we have embarked on a road of no return. Madoka and Sayaka in Madoka Magica are also a little confused about this. But Tomomomi, Sakura Kyoko, Akatsuki Homura, and many magical girls all understand it. The responsibilities of a magical girl are not as glamorous as imagined. This is a road full of incomparable dangers, and it is destined to perish one day. If I could describe it in one sentence, that is, the brave man who slays the dragon will one day become a dragon. 11. They magical girls are no exception.